Most people think the Social Security decision is simple. If you think you'll live past your late 70s, delay. If not, claim early. That's what the calculators say. But there's a huge problem. You worked for decades. You paid into the system your entire career. And one decision now determines your income for the rest of your life. But the math most people use to decide when to claim ignores some of the most important parts of the system: taxes, survivor benefits, and what your retirement actually looks like decades from now. If you understand the strategy behind this decision, you can completely change the structure of your retirement income. And most people never learn it. Most people approach Social Security with one simple question: when is the break-even point? They open a calculator, plug in a few numbers, and see something like this. If you claim at 62 instead of 70, the break-even age is somewhere around your late 70s. So the logic becomes simple. If you die early, claiming early wins. If you live longer, delaying wins. It sounds logical, but that way of thinking misses something extremely important about how the system actually works. And that mistake can permanently shrink the income someone depends on for the rest of their life. Sometimes for decades. The break-even calculation only compares two numbers: a smaller check earlier or a larger check later. But retirement is rarely that simple, because the calculator ignores three major factors. First, what happens when one spouse dies. Second, how taxes change your retirement income over time. And third, what happens if you live much longer than expected. Those three realities are where the real strategy lives. Let's start with couples, because this is where the entire decision changes. Most couples assume something like this: we both worked. We both paid into Social Security. So we'll just decide individually when to claim. But the system doesn't treat both benefits equally. When one spouse dies, the surviving spouse doesn't keep both checks. They keep only one, the higher one. The smaller benefit disappears, which means one person's claiming decision can affect income for the rest of someone else's life. If the higher earner claims early, they permanently reduce their benefit. And that reduced amount may become the survivor benefit their spouse lives on for the rest of their life, possibly into their 80s, or even their 90s. This is why the question isn't just, what's my break-even age? The real question becomes, what decision protects the person most likely to live the longest? And often, that changes the strategy completely. Now, let's talk about something even fewer people consider: taxes during retirement. Imagine someone retires in their late 50s or early 60s. They stop working, but they don't turn on Social Security yet. For many retirees, this creates something incredibly valuable: a temporary low-income window. During those years, there's no salary, and Social Security hasn't started yet. That means taxes are often lower than they will be later in retirement. Because fast forward to your 70s, Social Security checks are coming in every month, and required withdrawals from retirement accounts start forcing money out of accounts like IRAs. Those forced withdrawals can push retirees into higher tax brackets. This is sometimes called a retirement tax time bomb. Large accounts, large forced withdrawals, higher taxes later in life. But the years before Social Security starts can be used strategically. Retirees can withdraw money gradually from retirement accounts, or convert money into Roth accounts at lower tax rates. And here's where Social Security connects to that strategy. The longer you delay benefits, the longer that low tax planning window stays open. Once benefits start, those checks begin filling your lower tax brackets every year, which makes future tax planning harder. There's another piece many people overlook: longevity. When someone delays Social Security past full retirement age, their benefit increases roughly 8% per year until age 70. But the real value isn't just the percentage increase. It's what that higher payment becomes decades later, because that larger benefit is inflation-adjusted, guaranteed, and backed by the government. For retirees who live into their late 80s or 90s, that larger payment can behave like a steady return that lasts for life. In a way, delaying Social Security functions like a form of longevity insurance. It protects the years of retirement that are the hardest to predict. When investment markets may be uncertain, when healthcare costs increase, and when income stability matters the most. At this point, many people say something very reasonable. I'd rather enjoy the money while I'm younger. And honestly, that instinct makes sense. Your 60s are often the most active years of retirement. Travel, family, grandkids, new experiences. But there's a subtle misunderstanding in this argument. Delaying Social Security doesn't mean you can't spend money in your 60s. It simply changes which account funds those years. You have two choices. You can claim Social Security early and let it pay for your 60s. Or you can use your portfolio during your 60s while allowing Social Security to grow into a larger income stream later. Both strategies allow you to enjoy life. The difference is where the long-term risk sits. One approach places more risk on your future self. The other shifts some of that risk onto a larger guaranteed benefit later in life. Now, there are situations where claiming early is absolutely the right decision. For example, if serious health conditions significantly shorten life expectancy, or if someone has very little saved in retirement accounts and truly needs the income to remain financially stable. Sometimes the lower-earning spouse in a couple may also claim earlier while the higher earner delays to protect the survivor benefit. These cases exist. But outside those situations, the decision often becomes less about timing the perfect break-even age, and more about designing retirement income that holds up under uncertainty. Because retirement doesn't fail when someone dies early. It fails when someone lives much longer than expected without enough income. So the real Social Security strategy isn't about winning a break-even calculation. It's about protecting the structure of your retirement, protecting the surviving spouse, managing taxes across decades, and building income that still works if life lasts longer than planned. Because here, money isn't just about maximizing numbers. It's about creating the freedom to live without financial stress later in life. And if you understand that, you approach Social Security very differently.